Hello, class. My name is Major Kafritzel. I'm an RN at the Army Trauma Training Detachment in Miami, Florida. I'm an Army instructor. Today, I'm going to talk about my tech talk, which is medical procedure simulators. First, my disclosure. I have no relevant financial relationship to disclose relating to the content of this presentation. The views expressed are mine and do not reflect the official policy or position of the DoD or the United States government. Here are our learning objectives. I'm going to describe what a medical procedure simulator is. We're going to discuss the technology and its relation to modeling and simulation. I'm going to identify how it is used today and determine why it's important. And then we will speculate what this technology will look like in our future. First, what is a medical procedure simulator? It is an immersive technology used to train clinicians on critical clinical skills. This can be done in a variety of ways to include task trainers, mannequins, robotic simulators, interactive software programs, and virtual reality or augmented reality. The earliest recorded instance of a medical procedure simulator was a clay and leaf model in India around 600 BC. This simulated a nasal reconstruction with forehead flap. Later in the 1980s, patient simulators, which were computerized mannequins, made their debut in anesthesia training. Simulators are either low or high fidelity. Models are typically considered low fidelity if they train on one specific task, whereas high fidelity models can mimic entire procedures or patient encounters. Virtual procedure devices can also provide tactile feedback using force and torque movements to simulate touch and movement. Here are some examples of medical procedure simulators. The first and perhaps the most basic is the task trainer. These physical models train specific skills such as chest tubes, intubations, and Foley catheter placements. The one on my screen is an intraosseous placement task trainer. Next is our entire body mannequin. This can be low or high fidelity again, and it really just depends on the physiologic response. Some mannequins only look like humans and articulate at the joints, where others may move, breathe, and even bleed. Computer program simulators are interactive software programs. They can create patient scenarios and simulate procedures for the clinician. Computer program simulators are best used to aid in critical thinking and decision-making skills. The virtual reality simulator offers a procedure in a virtual setting. VR simulation may use headsets to immerse the individual in a visual and auditory enhanced environment. This will provide the individual with an added element of realism. Procedure simulators and modeling and simulation have in common. While a model is a replica of a real-life item, and simulation imitates a real-world process or situation. The medical field utilizes modeling and simulation to provide a learning environment that closely replicates real clinical experiences. Employing medical simulation techniques can help move medicine from the old method, see one, do one, teach one, to a see one, practice many, and then do one model. This is a model for success. The Defense Medical Modeling and Simulation Office, or the DMMSO, is responsible for the centralized management of shared service medical modeling and simulation, and their capabilities and solutions. This office supports medical education and training. In August of 2023, the Defense Health Agency's Medical Modernization and Simulation Division brought the latest in devices to its Medical Simulation Expo. They identified a goal of modernizing modeling and simulation to fit future missions and standardizing the technology so it can be used by everyone. Now, how do we use medical procedure simulators today? Well, firstly, we use it for education. Medical procedure simulators are largely used in medical institutes of all kinds. From vocational programs to surgical fellowships, these simulators offer the means to train clinicians on a variety of procedures. Less common is their use for research, or less common knowledge, I should say. Simulators aid in the development of new devices and medical procedures. Researchers can now test prototypes before clinical implementation and in a controlled setting. We also use these simulators to assess skills. Procedure simulators allow for the assessment of specific skills. These ensure the individual is proficient or they identify any areas that need improvement. So this technology is clearly important and there are some major benefits. The first benefit is safety. So simulators offer the clinician a risk-free environment that allows them to practice a skill without any potential patient harm. That's a win for all of us. It allows for repeated attempts and repetitions on the training until the student masters the skill. The feedback gained during the simulation allows students to adjust techniques and improve performance immediately during or after the iteration. And it helps with team training. Simulators can train teams in non-technical skills, such as communication and teamwork. But any technology is not without its challenges. The first challenge involved with this technology is through integration. Careful consideration as to how medical procedure simulators are integrated into existing curriculum must occur. Planning will ensure learning outcomes are optimal and consistent. And the cost can be high for these as well. High-end simulators, such as a trauma mannequin, are expensive and require a maintenance plan. Smaller facilities or courses may not be able to afford these top-of-the-line models. And their realism. While technology is working to produce realistic trainers and programs, and we have come a long way, it's still not the same as real live tissue or a human body. And there's always limited portability as well. Oftentimes, this technology is very heavy and cumbersome. Simulators of the future. Now, what do we have to look forward to? Efforts have been made to track real items such as surgical scalpel and converting that tracking information to allow for interactions between the virtual and real elements. VR, AR, and MR. These technologies are often associated with the virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality environments, which in recent years has been collectively referred to as the extended reality environment. VR immerses users entirely in a virtual world using head-mounted displays, controllers, and sensors. AR enhances real-world experiences by overlaying real-time information on portable wearable devices, while MR combines elements of both, enabling users to interact with virtual objects in the real world. Through remote collaboration, we now have a virtual interactive presence and augmented reality, or the VIPR. With increasing resolution of cameras, better internet, and augmented reality, surgeons can now collaborate remotely. One such system, the VIPR, uses the visual field of a surgeon in one location to convert into a simulation that is projected to a surgeon of another location. The operating surgeon can be guided in real time by a more experienced surgeon. The VIPR system utilizes augmented reality technology to enable audiovisual collaboration over the internet. All of these advancements are extremely exciting and promising for our future. Overall, medical procedure simulators play a crucial role in medical education and training, providing learners with valuable hands-on experience in a safe and supportive environment. As technology advances, simulators continue to evolve, offering increasingly realistic and immersive training experiences for healthcare professionals all around the world. Here are the references I used for this class. Thank you for listening to my tech talk on medical procedure simulators. I appreciate any feedback or comments that you have for me.